Hello, thank you for tuning in to this section of reads. This should be on YouTube channel James 13 Wicca. If you're seeing it anywhere else, it's not the right place. It should be on James 13 Wicca on YouTube. The info on the dice and the cards I'm using is going to be below. Also, if you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below, same email. And without further delay, let's go ahead and get into your reading. Hello, Cancer. Thank you very much for tuning into this week's read. These readings are valid for whenever you come to them. That being said, what do we have for Cancer? That's it? Okay. So, you know what somebody is like. They are who they are. This talks about a person, I feel, very strongly. And because it's a general read, I don't just automatically assume it's talking about a person, even though it's, you know, one of the court cards, it's the King of Pentacles. There's a weird energy with this person. Whoever this is, they do what they do. It's predictable. It's very predictable. They treat certain people a certain way. They handle certain situations a certain way. This is somebody who's like, either they're always late or they're always on time, more than likely. Or at least to specific things. Like maybe it's at family events, they're always late. When it's to work situations, they're always early. It could be one of those people. Very predictable person. This is something that currently the energy seems to be going better for you. I feel like I've kind of accepted like certain rules are certain rules. They are who they are. I'm not expecting that to change. They're going to be who they're going to be. And I feel like you're working with that quite well. Doesn't mean it's a good thing or a bad thing, quite frankly. It's just, it is what it is what I keep getting. Kind of like, they're going to be how they're going to be. And I've adjusted how I handle it because I know what they're going to do. So if I just edit how I handle things, it can be easier for me. This whole situation can be more comfortable. I feel like you're doing really good with this, and you have been. I also feel like I've been trying to pull back a little. I'm questioning if this has been elective. I feel like you have been pulling back. I'm questioning, though, if you wanted to, or just is how things have happened. That's just kind of how it worked out. I don't feel like... Okay, so you got the Empress upside down, which I don't think it's been your choice. And you also got the Page of Cups, a little like... I don't feel as valued as maybe I should. And I feel like... my role has been diminished, maybe not at my choice. Also, it may be one of those things where there's only so much abuse I can take. It could be one of those things. So I've had to pull back because of the way I've been treated. Could be one of those things. You're doing better with the situation. You might be improving your boundaries on the situation with this person. Something comes in really quick from that's dealing with this issue. Wheel of Fortune turns. Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Swords. Something comes in really quick. Six of Wands is success. Whoever this person is, this King of Pentacles energy, which doesn't have to be an earth sign, but whoever that is, something has changed in their life. And at least the information coming to you came in very quickly. The King of Pentacles might have known what was coming, might have known more than they let on. But your connection to it, the information comes in very fast. And I feel like it's a lot of information, especially with that Queen of Swords. This might be changing the landscape for a little while for you. Okay. This, I don't trust this. Let's check this just with the dice. Is this really going to stick, or is this just a moment? It feels like it's a cloud floating by to me. Your card comes in like this. That's the Chariot card. Seven of Wands comes in like this. You're let in a little bit more than you have been for a while. This feels like a cloud passing by. It really does. And that doesn't make sense for an Earth card. But that's how it feels. Like somebody's showing you or giving you the impression that you're going to have a stronger role from here forward. I would be careful with this. This doesn't seem stable. This is kind of like the weather passing by. And when this is in the position of the reading where it's the weather passing by, it's kind of like, it seems like something could lock in. Doesn't have to. But I keep getting it's more lip service. I'd be careful of this. Be wary. Be wary of somebody saying, oh, you haven't done a lot in this situation in a long while, but because of the change, because of the Wheel of Fortune coming in, I need you a lot more from here going forward. I feel like this might be somebody who's accessing you at their convenience, and when something better shows up, they might walk away. Be careful. Be very careful with that. Could you get a moment of power here? But I feel like they're saying, I don't know, I feel worried about it. Yeah, because I don't think I'm thinking about it enough. I got the Hermit card reversed, and I got the Knight of Swords like this. I feel like I'm seeing what I want to see. Be careful. I'm just saying be careful. Be careful, move slowly. The Magician card comes in, and I get to have that strong presence again. And I feel like it's nice. It feels good. It feels great. It just might not be for very long. They're warning, like you're gonna like this. It's gonna feel good, and that's great. And you should enjoy the moment. And it's not like you can't enjoy the moment. It's not like you shouldn't enjoy the moment. But enjoy the moment with respect to what it is. Enjoy the moment realistically for what it actually is. It's a moment, and there's a reason I keep referring to it as a moment. It's not gonna last. It's not gonna last. This energy treats you the same way. They're consistent with that. I also feel like this energy might show up when the chips are down and they're having a hard time. They know that you're going to be there to pick up the pieces, and they pull on that. And then they give you false promises is what I'm also saying. Because I get that they don't really want to do this. But like, okay, I'm in a tough spot. I don't really want to do this, but I know that Cancer will help me, so let me see what Cancer will do for me. But they don't really want to, which makes me feel like they'll say what they need to say to get what they want from you. But once the need has passed, they're going to go with the need. They're going to leave on you too. Be careful. I feel like this is predictable with this person. It's not going to last that very long. And I also get that like this person maybe you have arguments with or you see differently. Sooner or later it usually ends up where you're not getting along. That's going to come forward too. That doesn't even have to be your fault. That could be them just setting it up and trying to create arguments as reasons to disconnect from you. You know, some people bait a situation like that. They try to create conflict and then they blame it on the other person. Like, oh my God, this happened and you did that. Oh, this is all your fault. Meanwhile, they set up the whole situation purposely to bring it down, and just because they didn't want to seem like the bad person. Be careful. This is where they're heading. They're just going to be here as long as they need to, then they're going to block you. They're only going to work with you as long as they feel like they need to, then they're going to block you out again. This time, though, they might even get a little bit more distant. I feel like be careful. Don't be there for them if they're not going to be there for you. Like, if you, for example, if this is family, do what you need to do that you're at peace with when you really just see it for what it is. Like, if they're just going to be around for a little while and then they're going to leave you high and dry, as long as you see that, as long as you address that, do what you feel is appropriate. Apply yourself as appropriate. Like, whatever you feel you need to do for the situation so it survives, but like, they're hoping you'll see it in a more realistic viewpoint, because it's kind of like this could get very heavy. This can get very hard, especially when you open your heart and you want to be a part of a situation and somebody just uses you for their benefit and then throws you away when they're done. I hate that this is rough, but I keep feeling it. They're like, for the people this is there for, they're like saying, before this happens again, you don't have to get dragged up and down the stairs 5 or 8 times. You don't have to do that. They're like, see what it is for what it is. Look at the history of it. Do what you feel is appropriate. Keep yourself in that, 1 foot in reality, kind of like, yeah, this doesn't look like this is going to go my way. It never has before. I'll try because I don't want to be like that. I don't want to let something pass that could work, so I'll try, but I'm keeping 1 foot in reality here. There's a certain way this usually works out. That way when it kind of does what it's going to do, you're not completely shocked and you're not completely high and dry. If whatever you need to do to get this to work out, see it for what it is, connect with it in a positive way, keep your boundaries, and, as long as you see it for what it is, you're definitely not going to like it. I know that. The way this feels, it's kind of like, I don't like that, the 5 of Cups. It's not all bad, but it is stressful, and it's kind of like, why can't they just be nice to me? Why can't they just value me the way I value them? It's just one of those things in life. You know how people are. There's something else here that's of a better connection for you. What is that? Whatever this is, whatever this situation is, they're trying to also say, this situation seems to be blocking something else. Somewhere you could do something a little bit more effective. This doesn't have to be a fire sign. There's an energy that doesn't really come too close as it is, but it's more respectful. It's the King of Fire, if I can hold on to it. It does seem like this is a person as well. They're seeing how this is playing out for you. I feel like they have a level of humility here. It's weird because typically Earth goes better with water and fire not so much. In this reading, it's feeling different. You got some more positive cards where somebody's kind of like, hey, I see what's happening to you, Cancer. I don't like that. And I feel like they're watching this play out for you, and they're actually going to treat you better because they don't want to be the same as that Earth energy. They want to be different. They don't want to be the one. They don't want to be playing the same game. And they're seeing how this person has used you, got what they wanted and left, and I don't think they like that. And I feel like they're looking at this kind of like, that's not fair. That shouldn't have happened to Cancer that way. Cancer was trying to help. Cancer was doing their best. So this energy is more favorable to you. I wouldn't say it was the easiest energy to get along with for you, but it definitely feels more respectful. Does life differently, but is definitely more respectful. Is there anything else I need to say with this person before we kind of let this go? They have their hang-ups too, and I keep getting like they're saying, be careful what you create with this one. It is more respectful, but remember, I feel like they're saying highlight that this is a different flavor. This isn't the most compatible flavor for you, but it's more respectful. And you can have a respectful connection here, but they're saying be careful. You don't have to do crazy things with this one either. You know what I mean? Keep the healthy boundaries. Be thankful for the respectful energy here. This is an energy that can help you out, but they're saying use it sparingly. Like when you're cooking and you have certain spices, you just use those spices very sparingly. Like you got to be careful not to put too much salt in something, or I'm trying to think of another spice. You got to be careful. You don't put too much in there. You just put a little, that type of stuff. Keep it around. It's a good thing. Keep a positive connection with it. Use it sparingly. This is an energy, as long as especially if we keep it in a positive energy, will be there for you when you need them. But we don't want to over-connect here because I feel like there are enough differences where you could grade on each other and that could kind of damage the connection. We want to keep a good enough connection to keep the positive energy there because it is respectful, but be aware of the differences so we don't get too close, if that makes sense. Take it with a grain of salt. Readings are for entertainment purposes only. Do what you feel like is right. All right, I think we're there. I'm going to shut this down here. I hope that helps. Thank you very much for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below, same email. Thanks again for watching, and have a great day.